So in this video, I'm going to follow the next set of instructions. The first one is how to level the build platform. So I've already set this up in my last video. I showed you how I did the unboxing and everything. So to get started with printing, there are some steps to do before that. So I'll get started with that. So first one is leveling the build platform. So I guess I'll go to the tools again, settings, language English, and okay. So that was okay. That was just how to change the language. Now I have to use the leveling nuts at the bottom. So I'll open this door here. So next what I have to do is have to level the build platform, and to do that there are some nuts here, 2 nuts, and you can either move it clockwise or anti-clockwise. So I'm guessing once we get started with this, it'll prompt me to follow the instructions. So I've set the language because there's no enter, so I'll just go back to the menu, go back to the tools, and there is this level option. Okay, so this, you can see the extruder moving in the Y direction and the X directions. So both the extruders are. Oops. So I guess I had to pause for a moment because it doesn't say in the instructions, but these tubes were blocking the end of these 2 extruders. So I had to pause for a moment and then get this out. Luckily, it doesn't look like any damage was done. But this is an important point. So before you start leveling, make sure these tubes are out of the way of the extruders. So let me just check one more time that there is nothing blocking the Y-axis. So it looks good, and it also completed the homing exercise. Now it's asking me to select the extruder. So I will. So I'll start with the left extruder. Okay, so make sure the nozzles are clean, which is okay. This is the first time use, so I'll just do okay. So again the build plate is moving up. So I think what it's trying to do is making sure there is just precise separation between the nozzle and the build plate. So the build plate went up, and there is very small distance between them. So looks like it was done. So I'll just do OK for the next point. So now the build plate is going down. It's still calibrating or leveling the left extruder, so it's moving in the Z direction, and so now it's asking me to turn the nut clockwise 45 degrees in the clockwise direction. So there are some dots, the white and red, and distance between, or if I move from white to red, it will be 45 degrees. So I'll just go like this. It's about 45 degrees, and I'll do verify here. So it says congratulations. So looks like that was, whatever I did was right. So I'll do the OK, and it's again verifying the distance between the nozzle and the plate maybe on a different coordinate. So it says this is also OK. So I'll press the OK again. and it says leveling completed. So I believe the left extruder is done, so I'll press finish here, and now again it's foaming and going back to the back. So the left extruder is leveled, and it was fairly quick. So I'll follow the same instructions and level the right extruder. So now I'll select the right extruder, make sure the nozzle is clean, it's okay. So again the build plate is coming up, and I think it will again verify the distance is right between the build plate and the nozzles. This time the right nozzle. Okay, so looks like that point was all right. So I'll press OK, and then it will go to another coordinate. And again that point is also okay. So looks like maybe they already level all the machines before the dispatch. So this is not bad. So even the third point was okay. So that's it. Looks like the leveling is completed. So I'll press finish, and it will again do the homing, and the build plate will go back all the way down. So leveling is done. So next we'll do install the waste box, nozzle brush, and install the filaments for the first printing. Okay, so now it's time to install these waste box. So in the first video I thought this is something to store cartridge, but it's actually a waste box. So I've already installed the one on the left. So it's pretty straightforward. You just go like this, and there is a place where these holes go, and that's it. So there are two waste boxes, one for each extruder, and next I'm going to put this nozzle brush. So that's also pretty simple. There are two holes here. All you have to do is just place them there, one on each side. So that's also done. Okay, so next I'm going to load these filaments. So I'll go from the left side, where I'll put the blue one. So you have to take this out of this these holes. I don't know. I'll maybe take off the end here, which is a little messed up. So I'll just break that part, so I have a nice and clean end. So once I put that, I'll open this panel here, and it says on the left side that the spool direction will go like this. So you just have to follow this image here. So you load it, and here the spool is going to come from here, and you see there's a little hole here where you have to insert this spool. So I'll just start inserting it here, and there is a little wheel that moves along with that, and it starts going in quite smoothly. So I'll keep feeding it, and so what it does, it goes inside these tubes. So I'll keep inserting it until it's about maybe 9 centimeter, 10 centimeter outside, of this tube. So I'll keep feeding it, and then I'll also keep looking for when it comes out of that. So now you can see that it's about 8 to 10 centimeter outside. So what you have to do now is take this out and now feed it in this extruder. So there's a little button here, so if you start to load it, it doesn't go all the way in, so you have to press this, and then as you press this, you may have to move it around a little bit so that it starts going in smoothly. And it's weird, like sometimes it looks like it has stopped, but you keep pressing this and then try to feed about 8 centimeter. Yeah, like it stopped in between, but as I start pressing it and moving it around, now it looks like it's going a little more down. So you have to feed it until it can't go any further. Okay, so now that we have physically loaded the filaments in the extruders, so what we have to also do now is to load the filament through the software. So for that, what we have to go, again starting from the main menu, go to tools and click on filament. And what you have to do is decide which filament you want to load, and both the left and right are loaded by default. So I'll just press the start button. So what it's doing now, it's heating both the extruders, and the target temperature is 220 Celsius. So once that is achieved, it should show 100%, and we can proceed with the next steps. Okay, so now what it's doing is, after the heating up, it's beginning to extrude the filament from there. And what it says is, if we see a steady stream flowing, we can end it. So I think I'm pretty happy with the way it's flowing, so I'll just press done, and so looks like it's done loading the filaments. So now that the spool has come out, the filament has come out. So what I'll do is I'll just take the extra bit out and put it in this waste box, and that's it. I think we're ready for the next step, which is calibration. So calibration is a very important step. So what we need to do that is go again from the main menu, tools, we go to settings, and then scroll down, and there's this calibration. Click on that. So we'll start with the Z calibration first. So it's beginning to do the auto calibration. It's asking make sure the nozzles are clean, and you press OK. So Z-axis calibration is completed, so I'll just press completed over here. Then I'll move to the X calibration, and again both the extruders will move. And what should happen here? It'll print some lines, and what we have to do is make sure they are aligned. So now both the extruders are heating up. This is needed to get the printing started. So after they reach 220 Celsius, then we should see some lines printed on the build plate. So now what it has done, the left extruder has printed a straight line. Had to wait for some time to reach the right temperature. Both the extruder temperature and the build plate temperature were achieved, and then the left extruder has printed a line. So let's see, the right extruder should now also print something, and then we'll have to check the alignment. So what has happened now that the X calibration is done? The right extruder printed a white line, and then the blue was supposed to print right over that line. And as you can see, I don't see any misalignment. They are right on top of each other. So with that, looks like the X calibration is complete. So I will just press OK to move to the Y calibration. So next I'll do Y calibration. So now the Y calibration is also done, and you can see that what has happened is the right extruder and left extruder, they made this horizontal line, and I can see that white and the blue is very nicely aligned, and it has made a perfect cross right at the center. So with that, I'll just accept this calibration as okay, and that's it. I think we're done calibrating. And next step will be a trial print. So now that the calibration is done, we'll do the first print, and for that I've gone back to the main menu. I've also inserted the USB drive that came with this, and I'll press print and then go to the USB drive where there are some test files. So I'll pick the first one here, which is a Creator 3 test file -PLA. So I'll press on that, and then just do a print command. So it says it will take about 45 minutes to print this part, and looks like both the extruders will be used, and this is a dual color mode. So we should see component printed in two colors, and then we can see that how good the quality is. Okay, so looks like our first part is printed. So what I'll do is I'll select OK from here, and I'll just open the door here. It should not be too hot now, so I should be able to safely remove it. I'm not going to touch the build platform anyways. I'll just try to scrape it off. Oops. Okay. So that's the first part. You see a little bit of streaking, but let me show some. So yeah, looks very good, and you can see I see a little bit of a defect here. Maybe little piece is missed out. You also notice that the printer was shaking a lot, so maybe I need to buy a better and more sturdy table to maybe that will fix some of these defects. But I do see one or two defects, but overall print quality is very good. I can hardly see the print lines. It's quite impressive. I'm quite impressed. I was expecting to see much lower resolution, but the finish is very good, and you can see both the colors came out very nicely, and yeah, they're tightly linked to each other also. So I think I can also remove this base from here. So yeah, that's the final part. As I said, this is the first part, so maybe we'll need to figure out how to get rid of some of these artifacts, but overall it looks very good.